Figure it out. Good evening and welcome to the graduation for the class of 2023 of Catskill High School. We did everything in our power to keep us outside for these kids, that we're all here for them. Give them a huge round of applause. We hope you don't mind getting a little wet as long as we keep them dry to keep everybody here. Again, welcome. A couple of quick housekeeping items for this evening. There are a lot of people here. We want to keep everyone here. But if you need to use the restroom, if you look up past the superintendent's office, there's a walkway. I see someone with a red umbrella. Dr. Young, if you could just wave, I don't know if she can hear me. You can walk up that way. There's a bathroom inside. And if you need to watch the live stream in the cafeteria, that is available as well. We also have some stanchions set up along the edges here. We know you're all excited to see your kids graduate, but if you just please refrain from coming past those stanchions and on the plaza, that would be really wonderful. With that being said, we're going to get this moving. I would like to welcome Joseph Morocco and Zaire Woodhouse, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and after that, the band will do the Star Spangled Banner.
I'm taking my mic off.
The flag is to the right. You guys love my band.
I don't think you're going to graduate today.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain seated. No, please remain standing as the Catskill High School band plays our national anthem.
We're going to keep him back to it. Thank you, Mr. Dowling, and our Catskill Middle School and High School Symphonic Band. Good evening and welcome. My name is Junaid Shah. I am the principal here of Catskill High School. Assistant Principal Barat and I would like to formally welcome you all to the official graduation ceremony of the class of 2023. We are thrilled the weather cooperated and we're able to host you all outside. Before we begin, I want to extend my most sincere thanks to Interim Superintendent Dr. Wilson and Assistant Superintendent Dr. Miller for their support and guidance throughout this school year. I would also like to thank our Board of Education for supporting us as a district to make sure our students all have what they need. Thank you also to the outstanding faculty and staff of not just Catskill High School, but the staff at Catskill Elementary and Middle Schools for helping lay the building blocks for our graduates. Thank you also to the custodial staff. Thank you to the inside crew for setting up both the auditorium and the rest of the building, and the outside crew for setting up our lawn. Our clerical staff are going above and beyond to make sure everything is where it needs to be. I want to give a couple of other special shout outs. We have Mrs. Allen in the crowd here, who has given so much of herself to not just the students that she's worked with directly, but so many others that are here that could not have done without her. Mrs. Allen, if you know who she is, let's give her a big round of applause. I don't see her, but I'm sure she's crying somewhere, as was I last week. I also want to give a very, very big, huge congratulations and thank you to this year's senior class advisor, Mrs. Consul, who has put her heart and soul into everything for this group. Give her a huge round of applause. Aside from our kids, our biggest thanks goes out to the families of the senior class of 2023. While you're getting sprinkled on, take a moment to enjoy the surroundings. A lot of what you see is from your hard work and unconditional love for your children. Thank you for always supporting them and us here as well. The class of 2023 has certainly left its mark here in Catskill. Their journey began as the first pre-K class at Catskill Elementary School with one of their very proud teachers here on stage behind me. They went on to shine through elementary school and then made it their way over to the middle school. Let's fast forward to the first day of 7th grade. This group's first day of 7th grade was the first day that I met them as their assistant principal here at the middle school. I remember walking past Mrs. Noyes' classroom and a 6th grade teacher came down the stairs pretending to reach violently, might I add, for Liliana Seeley and her group of friends, asking them to please come back upstairs as this group was one of the best groups this teacher has ever taught. I thought to myself, this is pretty interesting. I've worked with tons of students all over. Let's see if this group really is that great. Time moved on, and we continued our journey throughout the cringy, and I say very cringy, middle school years, the unknown COVID years, and the final journey of senior year. I'm sure you can all agree that we've experienced different emotions together. I'd like to share just a handful of these emotions that stand out to me. I felt goosebumps when I heard Megan Darling sing her heart out on stage as Dolores Van Carter in Sister Act. I felt the sweat on my forehead while holding my not-so-fun child when I watched Janae Brantley hit her 1,000th point at a basketball game in Chatham. I felt the excitement of watching the boys volleyball team win every single championship possible this season. I felt the sadness with Danny Forbes when he wasn't happy with his performance in postseason wrestling, even though he's done an outstanding job his whole career here in wrestling. Congrats, Danny. I felt the pressure with Nick Place to make sure we planned a great promposal for him and his girlfriend in my office. I consistently felt the music in my bones with Caden McCallis when he plays the air guitar as he got on the bus to go home, and pretty much every other time that I saw him here. I felt pride in knowing that we have students on the stage that are pursuing degrees in education, which tells me that we as a district have inspired them to inspire others. I felt the pain in my cheeks from smiling so hard when Emma Brown told me about her college acceptance to Ithaca College as a Park Scholar, where she earned a full scholarship for all 4 years of college. I felt tears when I watched her walk through the district in her caps and gowns during her senior walkthrough last week, and I did cry more than I like to admit. Finally, I felt relief for skating through the year without being the target of a senior prank. Thank you. It's too late now. Class of 2023, I could go on and on about the different feelings we have all experienced together. My true wish for you is that I hope you are fortunate enough to feel all these feelings and more that I just mentioned in whatever it is that you choose to do. I hope the biggest feeling that you always feel is happiness, and I wish you much success. Please always remember, Catskill is your home, and there is always a place for you here. Congratulations again, have a great day and life moving forward, and for one last time, go Cats. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite the class of 2023 co-vice president, Christopher Consul, to come forward to introduce our salutatorian.
Hi, My name is Christopher Consul, and I stand here before you today to introduce the salutatorian for the class of 2023. I happen to know this student very well, and I'm sure that in his speech he will be very eloquent and profound and mature and probably humble, and therefore it's my job right now to brag about him because I know he won't do it. Adam Consul is the most kind, hardworking, and caring human being I've ever met, and I know that so many from not only this class of 2023, but also from the community would agree with me. For those of you who don't know, Adam is one of my three brothers, and up until about 3 weeks ago, Adam's GPA put him ahead of me for the title of salutatorian by 1,000th of a point. And the first thing he said to me was, "Chris, are you okay? Chris, are you okay?" I would not have said that. Who does that, you know? I know not me. I'm not that selfless or as genuine or as Adam, and I don't know many people that are. Adam is the most good I've ever encountered in this world. He is a selfless friend to all and who would give anything to see the people he cares about smile. He has worked tirelessly for the school and community and participated in pretty much every extracurricular the school has to offer, as well as hundreds of hours of community service. Adam, every all-nighter and every kind act has led you to this moment and crafted the person you are today. And I thank you for sharing your spark with us always, and especially today. Your spirit, your philosophies, your selflessness, and your drive are what set you apart and make you, you. Adam, I and so many other students have looked up to you and will continue to look up to you as we watch you take the world by storm. If I haven't made it clear already, Adam Consul will change the world, and everyone who has the fortune of crossing paths with him. I couldn't imagine a world, or rather a class, without him. Without further ado, please welcome the salutatorian for the class of 2023, Adam Consul.
God, I can't cry yet. We just started. Thanks, Chris. Welcome students, parents, faculty, and fellow graduates. I'm honored to be speaking here as the class of 2023 salutatorian. I stand before you today because my GPA says I should, 1,000th of a point, like Chris said. I have the honor and distinction to share whatever knowledge and wisdom I've picked up so far. But the truth is, every single student behind me is just as distinguished and accomplished in their own way. My friends standing, actually sitting, before you have already made their impact on this world. But we still have much more to do. Imagine what things we can do when the world is in our hands. And now, after today, the world is in our hands. Behind me, I see stellar musicians, scholars, advocates, athletes, agents of change, leaders, and artists. Class of 2023. As we embark into the real world, please remember the impact you have made. Remember this moment. Remember the pride you feel, and not just how much we're sweating, and we're not wet, but you're wet right now. Soak up this moment. There will be times when your work is undermined, but never forget the value you have. Your accomplishments are just as valuable as mine, but for some reason, our society puts me at the podium. The fact of the matter is, life can be unfair. As you learn your way throughout the real world, there will be times where your value seems to be tested. Sometimes you will act like a jerk, maybe question a little too much, or maybe even act like an idiot. I know I have already. To be blunt, you will make mistakes that will cause you to lose things. But in no way does it make you less of a person. When we lose things, we tend to forget what we pick up along the way. It is safe to say that many of us have already lost something in our lives. That's how life goes. When we lose something, we learn for next time, and we move on. These small lessons you pick up make up who you are today, and will be in the future. As we sit here, it's hard to realize that this moment is the product of millions of small decisions, micro miracles. So many choices have led to this very moment. Each choice impacts the next, and it can be hard to decide which path is right. Sometimes we have to stand up for ourselves and others, or back down even if you're burning with a passion. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to tell a white lie, and sometimes it will. How are we supposed to know what the right choice is and when? The truth is, we won't. That is the beauty of this world. You will make decisions that cause you to lose things. Any fan of the Miami Dolphins knows exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry, Dad. But when you lose things, the knowledge and experience you gain shapes your character. It can be frightening to think, in a few short months, many of us will be on our own. But as we embark on this new journey, we will learn and grow more resilient, learn empathy and kindness, gain confidence, and learn to help others. Each of us will have our moment to shine. As Taylor Swift once said, the scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is you're on your own now. And yes, I did just quote Taylor Swift. It's hard to think that after my entire life, I will be leaving my friends I have grown up with. We've formed friendships, relationships, and even some enemies. But change is ultimately inevitable if we wish to invoke change ourselves. All I can say is that I am so grateful to have formed something that makes saying goodbye so hard. This heavy feeling we have right about now is a call to say goodbye to the season of our life. We must appreciate what we will be missing, but anticipate all that waits ahead. We have learned how to be decent human beings and make change in this world. It matters that we give this ending just as much honor as it deserves. Here is where we built our first home on our own, and now we have to leave. Please take the time to reach out to those who meant something to you. Say the things that give you a lump in your throat, even if it may not come out how you want it to. Appreciate those who have changed you, who gave you a glimpse of what this world can be, and what you can be. Gratitude can exist in the same room as sorrow if you have the bravery to allow it. This place, these people, and this chapter in your life is forever ours and will forever be with us. You have set the foundation for leading an impactful life. Now we have to go test it. There will be cracks, and like I've said, that's okay. Adjustment is hard. We will no longer be sitting in a classroom with the same people we have for the last 13 years, roughly 3/4 of our lives. We won't ask to borrow a pencil or a piece of gum. We will no longer share how long we were up finishing homework because of how bad we procrastinate, or complain about the exam we know we all failed. We will walk across the stage and cross a bridge that for many of us, we weren't sure we would quite reach. We will move outside the bounds we have known our entire lives. There will be stresses, fractures, pulls, and breaks. Those are just growing pains. But we get through it and we grow. No matter the tribulations, remember the value you hold. As we graduate to the next chapter in our lives, I will greatly miss my time with the class of 2023. But deep within me and each of us lies the excitement and anticipation for a new chapter in our lives. This feeling is contagious. So please, class of 2023, my friends, share your various expertise with this world. Make it a better place. Please, like you've heard a million times, be kind to others. It goes a long way. I'm truly honored to have been given the privilege to speak to all of you and grow up with each of you. I hate to say it, but Catskill is losing the best class there is. Thank you to my teachers, friends, my loving brothers, Christopher, Joseph, and William, for always pushing me to be the best version of myself, and my parents for surviving quadruplets. Congratulations to the class of 2023, and thank you. All right, before I introduce the next speaker, I'd like to call up two of our class officers and two of my closest friends, Kaylee Neary and Ariana Burbis, to give a special thank you. Or just Ariana Burbis? Oh, hi.
He's not graduating either. It's 3.
Thank you, Adam. Hi, everyone. My name is Kaylee Neary, and I'm co-secretary.
And I'm Ariana Burbis, and I'm the co-treasurer.
On behalf of the class of 2023, we would like to thank Ms. Consul. To some of us, she's mom, Aunt Kelly, a guidance counselor, our friend, but to all of us, she's our mentor and the world's greatest class advisor.
Mrs. Consul has held us to high expectations through our years at Catskill High School and unlocked our greatest potential. Although these past 4 years were crucial, her guidance and care began way before then.
She has paved the way for all of us and all of our dreams while making sure we are having a memorable and unforgettable high school experience.
We will miss your warm smile and your enthusiasm to make every day count.
You have impacted us all incredibly, and for that we are all eternally grateful.
We love you, Ms. Consul, and we couldn't have completed high school without you.
Great job, guys. Now, I would like to invite Aaliyah Shuck, Class of 2023 Co-President, to come forward to introduce our guest speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is both an honor and privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker of such a momentous evening, alumni of Catskill High School, Class of 2002, Mrs. Eileen Overbaugh. In the years following her graduation at Catskill High School, Eileen attended Drew University where she received a Bachelor of Arts degree in History. Rightfully so, Overbaugh graduated summa cum laude in her 2006 class. If that in itself is not impressive enough, in continuing her education and completing graduate school at Seton Hall University, Eileen was recognized as her Class of 2009 valedictorian. Establishing a career at Shute, Roth, and Zabel LLP in New York City, Overbaugh works as a transactional lawyer in which she represents hedge funds, venture funds, and other private funds in connection with all aspects of their businesses. It is the authenticity of her hard work and dedication to her career that earned her a place in the 50 leading women in hedge funds in the year 2020. Still, in spite of her various successes and demanding profession, Overbaugh had volunteered her spare time to a nonprofit organization known as 100 Women in Finance, in which she works to foster a more diverse and gender equitable finance industry by promoting diversity of thought, raising visibility, and empowering women to find their personal path to success. Like many of us, Mrs. Overbaugh had aspirations well beyond the comfort of our small town. In the midst of her successes, she saw to it that she explored the world around her, and with her husband alongside her, recently visited Antarctica, having hopes of one day stepping foot on all 7 continents. Almost poetically, she and her husband now reside just outside of Albany, New York, in East Shodak, with what we can all agree on is capable of making a house a home, their very idiosyncratic dog, Hope. She is a testament to the fact that the place we've called home for 17 or 18 years will always be here to welcome us back with open arms. She is a testament to the fact that Catskill will always be our home and the community members our family. This woman is a depiction of greatness, and is just one of the many examples of what we may all one day become, the young men and women we all have the potential to be. This woman had also just happened to graduate from Catskill Senior High School, just as we all are today. With that being said, there's no words to truly describe just how incredibly excited I am to see what mark each and every single one of you behind me makes on the world. Whatever it may be, I know it will be extraordinary. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaliyah. That was a lovely introduction. You haven't set the bar high at all. No expectations here. You made a boring lawyer sound pretty interesting. So I'd like to also thank the faculty and staff of Catskill High School, Mrs. Consul in particular, for having me here today. And my biggest thank you, of course, is to the graduates and their families for letting me be a part of their very special day. When I was asked to give this talk a few months ago, I thought, why? What words of wisdom, what guidance, what inspiration can I give? Just a kid from Catskill, spent a lot of time in school, had a really wacky job, a little bit lawyer, a little bit business person, and as Aaliyah said, poetically, maybe ironically, live in a town that is not so different from Catskill. But it slowly occurred to me that because of growing up in a small town and having attended a small high school, the experiences in my life might be some that I will now share with today's graduates. feelings, struggles, things that I have overcome, I suspect many of us eventually will have in common. So in fall of 2002, I packed up and I headed to Madison, New Jersey to attend Drew University. Looking back, I thought it was so far away, the suburbs of New York. Chuckle a little now, it's 2 hours barely, straight shot down 87, not so far. But despite being geographically close, I thought I had been dropped into another planet. Before my parents had even unloaded the car, I thought, have I made a terrible mistake? What have I done? I was intimidated. Hell, I was scared. My classmates had spent their childhoods going on fancy vacations. I had never been on an airplane. They spent weeks and months away from their parents at elite camps, summer camp, space camp, science camp. I had never been away from home for more than a few nights. And most terrifying, they had gone to some of the best high schools in the country. I was a kid from Catskill, small town, small high school. And I was terribly homesick. I hadn't been prepared for that. The road to college was paved only with excitement and expectation and anticipation, and I wasn't so sure that I had made the right decision. I called my parents and I cried. I whined that I just wanted to come home. I'd go to a state school really close. I'd be with kids more like me. And to my parents' credit, they never said that I could not come home, but they also never encouraged it. They spent countless drives, countless hours, Friday afternoons, Sunday nights, bringing me back and forth so that I could spend the weekend at home, so that I could recharge my batteries, spend time with my home friends, some of whom are here today, and go back and start the week again. And ultimately, I stuck it out. I ground through it every day, every week. My classmates might have had the pedigree, but I was slowly discovering my own mental fortitude, and I was not going to let myself fail. After all, I had spent days freezing in front of stores raising money for Santa's helpers. I had spent hours painting banners and blowing up balloons for spirit games, and I had spent timeless periods selling tickets to Autumn Spark. I knew how to put my head down and get through it. And slowly over time, school felt more comfortable. I felt more natural. I had a circle of really good friends, and I had learned to loosen up, actually have some fun, a lot of fun. But that's a story, different day. And I was basking in the experience of a liberal arts education. At its core, that education was about reading and writing, the things that I had always enjoyed doing. And as it turns out, the very things that Miss Ferrara, Mandigo, Maggio, Miss Sinan, Mrs. Field, Miss Clancy, and others have prepared me to do. The things that I know those teachers, and now others, have done for you. And my horizons had expanded, and the world was bigger than I could ever imagine. And with this newly opened mind, fine-tuned for critical thinking, I headed off to Seton Hall Law School. And uh-oh, it happened again. I was scared, and I was intimidated. This time, some of my classmates had real-world experience. They were engineers, they were politicians. At this point, my longest-standing job had been waiting tables. Many of my classmates came from wealthy families. I was on a shoestring budget. And many of my classmates had attended the finest universities. I was just a kid from Catskill, small town, small high school, and now a decent undergrad education. And somewhere in those first weeks of classes, I thought, again, what have I done? And have I made a terrible mistake? And just as that old familiar feeling of intimidation crept in, so too did my old tactics. I buckled down, spent longer hours in the library, spent most of the weekend studying, and I happened to graduate as valedictorian. As it turns out, once again, my classmates had pedigree, but they didn't have resilience. This theme has repeated itself over and over in my life, in new jobs and moves and otherwise. Happened a few years ago when I moved back upstate. I left my big, sophisticated corporate law firm, took a job at a small firm in Albany. That one actually was a mistake. But it was fixable. A little bit of humility, a little bit of creativity, it was fixed. Course correction. It happened as recently as last year when I was recruited to join one of the most prestigious law firms in the country. Yet again, those persistent fears, nagging doubts, and feelings of inadequacy. What have I done? Have I made a big mistake? I've shared these experiences with you not to brag, not to show off where I worked or where I went to school. Those facts are actually sort of irrelevant. Instead, I want each of you to know that you will have these doubts and these fears, but they are not insurmountable. They are simply challenges to be navigated. Whatever path this life takes, somewhere, in a dorm room, in a barracks, in a field, in a warehouse, at a work site, at some point you will think, what have I done and have I made a mistake? Do not fear those thoughts. Embrace them, use them, and harness them. When you're at the point in your life when you ask yourself those questions, you are growing. You are out of your comfort zone and you are evolving. And chances are you are about to do something big. And perhaps, most importantly, remember that almost nothing, no physical condition, no mental fatigue, no terrible choice, is permanent or unfixable. And similarly, at some point, all of you will think, but I'm just a kid from a small town in a small school. And when you have those doubts, know that the lessons, the fortitude, and the accountability that you learned from attending Catskill High School and being a part of this community will carry you throughout your life. With a little bit of luck, and none of us can discount the luck. Luck is very important. With a bit of luck and lots of hard work, and the traits that you learned right here, in this school, in this town, you will make this life exactly what you want it to be. And so my hope for you, class of 2023, is that you will have the opportunities in your life to say, what have I done and have I made a big mistake? And when you do have those doubts, I hope that the deepest part of you shouts out, I am a kid from Catskill. I am a kid from a small town. I am a kid from a small school. And there is nothing in this world that I cannot do. Congratulations to the class of 2023.
Thank you, Aileen. Please help me welcome class of 2023 co-secretary, Nicholas Consul.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. I wasn't sure how I wanted to start this introduction today, so I figured I'd start at the beginning of our friendship. I still remember the warm summer days at your grandma's house when we were invited to your birthday party. We had been swimming for hours between the pool and the creek, and then sprinting as fast as we could when we heard the sound of the ice cream truck. From there, we grew up together throughout elementary school, where we would race each other in the hallway to see who could walk the fastest to class. In middle school, we traveled to Iowa State University to compete in the National Odyssey of the Mind competition with our whale, Indigo. From those days when we were kids to our virtual days of high school, where we shared a special bond crying over AP Euro and chemistry, to our senior year, where we shared the last moments of our childhood together. You've always been one of my best friends. This person has participated in many clubs and activities throughout elementary school and high school. She has been a part of CES Student Council, Odyssey of the Mind from 3rd grade to 11th grade, CHS Student Government, Yellow Ribbon, FCCLA. She was the president of National Honor Society, class of 2023 co-president, varsity volleyball, and yearbook club. She has been involved in the music department since elementary school, singing in the chorus and participating in the school plays, where she landed a leading role in what was to be Pippin, Tarzan, and Sister Act. Through the music department, she has also participated in many NYSSMA festivals, all county, and area all state. She has also participated in many events that have taken place outside of school, such as volunteering at the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Seminar. She also won countless awards that display her intelligence and community leadership. Some of these awards include the College Board National Rural and Small Town Recognition Award and the President's Volunteer Service Silver Award for Community Service. Alongside all these fantastic clubs and activities that she's participated in, she's also an amazing person on the inside. She is strong, intelligent, and all-around caring person. She is always lending her hand out to help others. She is extremely focused on her schoolwork. However, she's still able to balance sports, in-school and out-of-school activities, the school play, and so much more on top of that. She continues to amaze myself and many of us on the stage today with how much she has accomplished, not only throughout high school, but throughout her entire childhood. It has been amazing to stand alongside you through many of your achievements, and I'm very happy to call you one of my best friends, who I know is going to continue to do great things and make the world a better place. I'm very honored to introduce your class of 2023 valedictorian, who will be attending Brown University in the fall, Carson Chiminelli.
Hello. Thank you so much, Nicholas. My name is Carson Acadia Chiminelli. I would like to thank the Catskill Police Department for providing security for us today, as well as welcome the administrators, teachers, family, friends, and finally, I know you're all soaking wet out there, but can we hear it for the Catskill High School class of 2023? Everybody just take a second. Look around you, get your classmates beside you. This is a pivotal moment in your life. Feel the rain, but the warmth and love around you. Try to take a photograph in your mind right now to freeze this moment. When you think back to this in 50 years, you'll always be that 17 or 18-year-old with a bright future ahead of you. We forever remember ourselves in that context. In that memory, you will be forever young. When we were younger, it felt like we would be kids forever. We yearned to be older, taller, wiser, stronger. It seemed like it would be ages before we could drive, before we would become teenagers, before we could finally move on with our lives. We wished away our childhoods, as arithmetic turned into calculus, and picture books turned into novels. Today, our wishes to grow up finally come true. Today, we're surrounded by the people who built up the foundations of who we are, brick by brick. These people have made sure we were equipped with the knowledge and confidence in ourselves to withstand every gust that the winds of change might blow at us. They have held our hands and walked by our sides to help us regain our footing every time we have stumbled. Our accomplishments, and this one in particular for me, has everything to do with those who have built us up. To all of our teachers who have encouraged and inspired and invigorated us, we thank you for your unwavering patience, for believing in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves, and for never letting us forget to carry a number 2 pencil. If I tried to individually recognize each individual who has placed a brick onto my own foundation, we would be here all night. I'm sure none of us want that with this weather. But I couldn't be more grateful that there are so many to thank. To the families of the class of 2023, our main source of strength and stability surely comes from your endless support and love. To my own parents and family, thank you for being the reason that I involve myself in everything that I do. Having people there for you, truly there for you, makes a world of difference in a child's motivation and success and I will never be able to express how grateful I am, and we all are, for your love and encouragement to follow our dreams. Finally, to my classmates, the class of 2023. Here with me today, I see beautiful, strong, ambitious teenagers who hold the future in their hands. A group that was once a collection of strangers who have created this incredible class that has had an immeasurable impact on our school and our community. We are a class so talented athletically, musically, academically, and artistically. A class so diverse, so driven, so unprecedented that we can accomplish anything we set our minds and our hearts to. I could never have asked for a better group of people to have helped build me up. Even though over time you may begin to forget people's names and faces, I hope you never forget the memories that we have made. I look back at Dandelion Preschool, where I met so many of you for the very first time, where I see us at elementary school field days, turkey trots, and 5th grade graduation, smiling under a banner that said Class of 2023 and having it sound like a future forever away. We started out as strangers, and I hate to think we may end up as them too. Nothing will ease the pain of leaving the people who have built me, but I know there is something great inside all of you that the world needs more than Catskill High School does. I've never been good at goodbyes, especially when it comes to people I care about the most, but saying goodbye to being young doesn't mean saying goodbye to your youth. Despite crossing a threshold and leaving one another, we don't have to abandon the parts of us that are now intrinsically tied. And so, my one hope for all of us is that we can stay forever young. As we stand face to face with adulthood, the most important thing is to always remember to still hold on to your youthful optimism and embrace that inner kid sometimes. It is very difficult to get anywhere in life without taking risks, but the biggest risk is not taking any at all. We are at the beginning of a lifelong journey of new relationships, learning, and mistakes, and failure is just the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. As we are all gathered here for the final time together as a class, I want to leave you all with some words of advice from singer-songwriter and poet laureate Bob Dylan. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. And may you stay forever young. Thank you.
Thank you, Carson. At this time, I would like to begin the presentation of diplomas by welcoming the advisor of the class of 2023, Mrs. Kelly Council, Board of Education President, Ms. Deborah Johnson, Interim Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Dan Wilson, and our school counselors, Mrs. Jean Duncan, as well as Mrs. Council.
Carson Acadia Caminelli. Adam Matthew Consul. Christopher John Consul. Joseph James Consul. Maya Misaki Weaver. Nicholas Donald Consul. Xiao Li Chen. Lauren Elizabeth Liberty. Liliana Linda Sealy. Aaliyah Jeanette Shuck. Austin J. Baker. Joshua Bell. Brooklyn Benjamin. Janae E. Brantley. Cassidy Bridget. Matthias Jeffrey Brodowski. Emma Juliet Brown. Ariana Jane Burbis. Athena Campbell. Loretta Marie Canzaniello. Aiden M. Capello. Marisabella Caraballo. Louis Carr. Juliana Donatella Carey. Ian Sky Tiger Cincanelli. Hananiah Claus. Abigail Estelle Cornelison. Osmeril Cruz Jimenez. Megan R. Darling. Christian William Davies. Angelo DiCaprio Jr. Gavin Kieran Dixit. Maya Darby Dixit. Micah Sean Doig. Charlie Du Bois. Zachary Ty Dugan. Daniel Forbes. Harley Frisello. Cullen Robert Fulling. Mariana Angel Garcia. Haley Gersbeck. Ella Gill. Mia Glover. Henry Marks Goodell. Jenna Elizabeth Graham. Jamani Green. Christian Guerra. Devin Michael Guerreri. Madison Riley Hallam. Mackenzie Alice Laurent Heath. Jacob Ryan Heitzman. Maya Angel Hernandez. Justin Joseph Hill. Anastasia Jolene Hummel. Aisha Estelle Jones. Damian Lee Keys. William Joshua Consul. Hudson Christian Cooter. Justin Lackey. Matthew John Laird. Charlotte Etienne Larac. Jared D. Lawton. Jemiah Linder. Miguel Angel Henry Madeira. Raphael L. Mancini. Amani McGriff. Jadavia McGriff. Olivia Teresa Mentesi. Demeric Menting Wilson. Caden Mincalis. Joseph Anthony Morocco. Kaylee Ann Neary. Dakota E. O'Brien. Mackenzie Love Phillips. Nicholas Michael Place. Brandon Ramirez. Caitlin Brittany Riley. Samantha Isabella Scalera. Xander Shantz. Isabella Lynn Shanley. All right. Sorry. Angelina Lynn Shanley. One more time. I knew I should have put the glasses on. Sorry. Isabella Patricia Shanley. John Joseph Shuck. Nathaniel Shuck Timo. Christina Marie Signoretti. Phoebe Noel Smith. Ella Ray Souza. Richard Charles Sprague III. Dakota Michael Stein. Melody Supplebean. Grace Ann Sullivan. Zoe Sinan. Cheyenne Teeter. Owen Sean Michael Valentino. Samantha Kathleen Van Dyke. Carter Gabriel Van Etten. Aiden Logan Verde. Jaden Marie Walters. Raylan White. Serena L. White. Tyler Edward Wood. Zaire Janique Woodhouse. Trayvon Young.
I would now like to welcome Dr. Wilson, who will help confer our graduates.
All right. Graduates, please rise. Take your tassels, move them from right to left. With the power given to me by the State of New York Education Department, I certify this class, the Catskill graduating class of 2023. That's the end of our ceremony, everybody. Enjoy, congratulations once again. Go take some pictures. Enjoy the weather.
You didn't give him a hug? I did. No, I